to Countercharge. I'm Matt Croger, and today we're going to go through the unboxing of the all-in package for Kings of War Champions. If you haven't listened to our episodes with Rob Berman or Andy Burtis, if you listen to Andy, you might better know it as Champions. But today I'm going to be unboxing it on my dining table, because you may have heard that the whole idea is this should be able to be small enough and to be able to be rolled out on a dining table. So the first thing we want to check about that is this deluxe double-sided gaming mat. So that's what I'll be opening first, but to quickly run through you the contents of the entire box, we have what is the two-player set that has the Basileia or Basalia and the Forces of Abyss Champions boxes in there, and then we have the extra ones from so Lathael Voidheart's company box and Jordan Tallinson's company box. The terrain pieces that you have previously been able to get for use in Vanguard. Now they were included, for free, in inverted commas. They're also available as part of the Mantic vault. So nice to have those in some, or what I assume is hard plastic, but we'll soon find out. And of course, the double-sided gaming mat. So let's start there. So we'll open it up at the top. Looking forward to this mat. I don't typically store mats at my house. They're in the shed of the Canberra Wargamer Society, all 30 or 40 odd of them. Okay, so I'm going to roll this out and then we'll have a look. So you can see, I have a largish dining table, but it does indeed fit. It's still quite long. Can't remember the exact dimensions, but that must be 4 or 5 foot, and then only a couple of foot deep. Okay, and that is, I guess, the grassier green side. And then if I flip that over, we've got the icy side. I think that's quite nice, personally. We can see the thickness here, nice thick neoprene mat. I've seen a couple of people unaware that it was only a paper mat in some of the other starter kits, but you do have the option of this more deluxe mat that's quite a reasonable price, to be honest, and will offer you a significant upgrade on your gaming experience. Although I guess it does take a little bit more space to store. I really like this icy side, actually, so good job on that. I think what we'll do next is we'll open the Faith and Fury two-player set. The only thing I guess that could have been better with that mat as I open this is a little storage tube, or obviously you can put it back in the box, but yeah, something to store it would have been handy. Flip this open and we can see straight away, I might just take these out, but we've got our brand new Basilian Horseman. I'll just see if I can get most of those. Yep, and here's the horse heads, as well as some parts for their riders. Reasonably large scale on the legs, it looks like. Maybe a bit larger than some of their other stuff, which hopefully we'll start to see some consistency. It's been a little bit of a frustration in the past to have a bit of mixed scale amongst the Mantic models. Then we have the foot soldiers, still in their plastic. And so we're getting a couple of troops of soldiers, the hero and a troop of the knights, from what I can tell. And then we have the abyssal contents. So these are lower abyssals, which I've just been building in a Horde version. There's some more Basilians. And then we have the awesome Berserker models. And then the Nagari, or the Nagaris, as we call them in Australia. So they're all going to go together quite nicely. Of course, as is customary in the ambush boxes and things these days, you get the bases. Only thing there is there's one that's got a varying thickness. It's a bit unusual, but it's okay. I'm likely to do my own anyway. But I prefer that slightly thicker, and then what I do is I add magnetic sheet underneath. Got some dice, because everything you want is meant to be in this box to play. And so here we have the Basilian character, which is made in this, what I understand is a new resin. Let's see if we can get this in detail here. Look at that. That is actually just about, well, it's definitely the crispest resin I've seen from Mantic. I was already a big fan of their resin models, but this looks crisp AF, to be honest. There's a scenic base, which is cool. I mean, depending on what theme you want to go to, you might replace that, but it's good as an option. And what is awesome about this is how easy it looks like it will be to put together. So under the torso, we've got a single hole. On the legs, a single piece going up. So it'll literally be a bit of clipping and it'll go in like that. And then again, nice and simple, a single clip on the extra bit on the back. So I think they've clipped these themselves, and you will get the book slot in like so. So I'll come to the name of this character soon, but I think it's a Celestus, or Celustus, however you want to say it, which I think is kin to Nias from the Basilians. And then we'll show you the Bloody Cardinal, who's the Abyssal character. Bit bigger. So the Basilian character was on a 40x40. This is a 50x50 scenic base. Again, a nice solid piece. Look at the detail on that base. So being held up. I think that's really nice. And then these have to be probably some of the simplest models we've seen to put together. So obviously, again, a little bit of trimming that needs to happen on top, but not a great deal. And same on this piece for the Bloody Cardinal, but then it'll just be like, boom. Look at that big chonker. So that's really awesome, and he's got two arms that go on there. This is motivating me to put some of these together and not have them languish in the shelves for a long time. Then we have these cards that go with every unit. So the great thing about Champions is that there's no list building, is my understanding. To be honest, I haven't fully read the rules, even though I've had them elsewhere. And then we have unit cards for them all, so you just get to slap it all down, learn the game and play technically. So we've got some beautiful cards here. Again, the thickness on them is really nice, well made. Don't know if we'll have any trademark spelling mistakes, but wait to see, but not show you them all. But we've got, you know, the Slithering Bishop, which is a Nagari character, your Berserkers, and you've got your faction orders there. So looks like it is going to be really simple. Might be good to make some 3D print some card carriers or something like that. But that's the Berserkers. And then we've got the Basalians. Remove them from the plastic. Alanis, or Alanis. Who cares? Yeah, so Solistus as discussed, so must be brethren to Nias. There we go, the legendary is her uncle. Okay, so she's the niece. So a little bit of fluff on the back, which is cool. And again, we have these unit cards. So all nicely done. Put that aside. Instructions. Who would have thought? That's great. So, although, as I mentioned, these are just about the easiest ones Mantic have ever done to put together in terms of the characters anyway, but we have our instructions. Nice, hard cardboard token sets, including what I'm assuming that's some 2D terrain. So that's really cool if you just want to play completely flat, and I guess keeping in with that theme of that it should be nice and easy to pull out and play on a dining table and store, so you can have your 2D options there. I know for some of you that will break your immersion, but whatever. And here is the paper mat, which looks exactly the same as the other one, but it's just in nice thick quality paper, so can be folded up. I mean, I personally obviously will use the deluxe mat, and I won't like contending with all those folds. That is what it is. And then we've got, let's get this a bit further away, the Champions book. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the go is with some art. So what Mantic have been doing is really increasing the presence of their art in here, and we've got some beautiful artwork in these middle pages. You know, some of the typical battle shots all painted up there. So this looks like a really nice book. You know, it's pretty streamlined. What do we got? We've got only 63 pages, 64 if you include that back page. But really the rules only go up to scenarios page 35, and the rest is background. So that's really cool. And look, scenarios, it's all well set out, so it's not like you've got 32 pages of densely packed writing for rules. In fact, there's just plenty of pictures. They've done really vibrant colours. So I think this is a really good output at face value from Mantic. All right, we'll keep moving to show you just the last of it. So let's open up this deluxe terrain kit. As thought, I've got it in some plastic here, so nice single pieces, so you can just whack it on the board. All the trees are in brown, and then the other stuff's in grey, but you know, you could just whack that down on the ground if you wished. And then we've got a couple of walls and things, and your objective markers. Right, let's open the mighty Northern Alliance. I don't know why I went the all-in, because I've got so much of this, but you know, easy way to get the cards and everything. So the main thing we want to see here is probably the character from the box. So again, your individual boxes are going to come with your instructions, your cards and orders, Jordan Tallinson, all the troops you need. So that'll be a mixture of your tribesmen and pack hunters by the look of it, and a raven. But again, we've just got this really crisp model. And there's the mechanical bird that he will be holding. That's really nice, that is. Right, and then last but not least, the Twilight Kin box. For those that enjoy easy mode. Although, who knows, maybe it's not that way in Champions. Again, I'm going to primarily just show you a couple of models. Tell you what else was really good is the fact that everything was in the box that should be, in all of them. So we've got the cards again with Raphael. Let's show you some of the models here. So we've got the bits for impalers and a void skiff, I think, somewhere in there. There's the bits for the void skiff. So, it's not like there's 100 fiddly parts to put together. And then we've got this model who, again, I think Jordan was on a 40. So at the moment, it's only the Abyssal character who's been on a 50. But on that, Raphael looks like they're on a 50. So here we are with this unit base again. And then we'll hold up to see if I can get these kind of near each other. So basically there'll be legs. There we go. Extra legs with a bit of a brim skirt on it. And torso and head. So again, nice and crisp. So there you have it. That's the all-in box for Kings of War Champions from Mantic Games. I hope you've enjoyed having a look in there. I guess the only thing it doesn't come with is a ruler for measuring your distances, but otherwise dice and everything else included. I'm going to make sure there wasn't a ruler on one of these hardboard. Oh, there you go. There actually is in cardboard. So, comes with everything you need to play the game that you can theoretically pack inside a tiny little box. But we've got some pretty good value there, I think, for the all-in box, including the deluxe gaming mat. Hope you've enjoyed that, and until next time, keep countercharging.